YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Reggie with the Light, where I provide you with a little bit of inspiration, motivation, encouragement, empowerment, and you with a whole bunch of light. Today, I have a question for you, and that question is, what type of book will your life write? Will your life write a New York Times best-selling book, or will your book not even sell one copy? And the thing about this is, it's all up to you. You know, throughout history, that's how we learned about our past, through characters and their life story and their life work. So at this point, what type of book are you working on? Are you working on, a very good, detailed book that will inspire people? Or are you working on a book that everyone will overlook? No one will even pick up. It will be pretty much gray. It'll be blacked out. No one will even know you, right? And it's plenty of books, especially if, we all probably at one point in time was brought up through Christianity. And Christianity main book is the Bible. And inside that Bible, it's a whole bunch of books of people's lives and the things that they've accomplished and their life story and what they and their legacy that they left behind. You have people like King David. You have people like Paul, formerly known as Saul. You have people like Moses, Abraham, Cain, and Abel, Jacob. And then, in the New Testament, they got the character Jesus. All of these characters that they mention in this book did something amazing with their life. All of these characters that they mention in this book lived up to their potential. All of these characters in this book left a mark on society, whether this is fiction or reality. These are stories that we all know. We all know about Moses, who parted the Red Sea, who took, the children of God and rescued them from Pharaoh. And they was in the wilderness for 40 years. In the wilderness for 40 years. So we all know about, King David and how he slayed Goliath. We all know about, Paul and who was formerly known as Saul and who used to murder people until he was changed and became someone who helped save people. For the interruption, but these stories we all know because these people did something amazing with their life. They wrote a great book, a best-selling book. It was so good that they put it in the book of life. So everybody in the entire world at one point might be able to read this story and be inspired by this story. So my question is, what type of book will your life write? Will it be a tragedy? Will it be inspirational? Will it be comedy? What type of book will your life write? Now I'm at the age of 33. I'm understanding that, I have the power invested in me to do anything that I put my mind to. Anything that I want to manifest, it's all up to me. The Creator gave me all of these tools, all of these gifts, all of these skills, all of this talent, all of this intelligence, all of this creativity to create, abundantly, to create magnificent things, to live the best life that I can possibly live, right? So, I realized that, time is running out. I'm only 33. And, I don't know if you get more than one life. I don't know that. But what I do know is I don't want to take the risk and not do nothing with my life and my life not be important because I was afraid to be great. You know how the saying, let me be great. I was afraid to be great. I was afraid to be dedicated. I was afraid to be disciplined. I was afraid of success. I was afraid to separate myself from, things that knocked me off my path. I was afraid to let go of those, that get away from that environment that didn't allow me to grow. I was afraid to let go of those friends that no longer, no longer was in my best interest, or no longer, we pretty much, I've outgrown them. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying everybody grow at different levels. But I was afraid to let those friends go because I was worried about everybody else's book. I was worried about, being in everybody else's book instead of creating my own book. And that's the question you got to ask yourself. Are you going to be a Robin in a Batman book, or are you going to be Batman in your book? That's the question, right? And so a lot of us don't understand the power that we have invested in ourselves. We don't understand the creativity, the manifestation that we can manifest if only we weren't afraid to put the time in. If only we weren't afraid of what people would say. If only we weren't afraid of failure. Failure is nothing but a teaching, a learning lesson. That's all it is. It's to make you better and to come back even stronger, even smarter, even more creative, even more hungrier. So, a lot of us are not writing a good book right now. Our book is lame. It has no excitement. We haven't done anything. We haven't inspired anybody. We haven't solved any problems. We haven't lived up to our full potential. So right now you need to ask yourself, what type of book will my life write? Will my life write a book that everyone will want to read? Or will everyone just walk past my book? And my book don't even have a title. It doesn't even have a heading. It don't even have a picture. It don't even have nothing. No artwork, no nothing. It's just simple. Right? So, I have wrote down some ways that can help you get on track to writing a better book and having a better life book for yourself, right? And one of the ways is be fearless and courageous going after what you want. Be fearless and courageous going after what you want. What you want is a seed that was planted into you by the divine. This is your purpose. This is what's going to bring you happiness. This is what's going to bring you joy. Yes, you might have to work at it. Yes, you might have to roll up your sleeves and, it's a process. You got to trust the process, like they say. It's all a process. But go along with the process. Prove yourself good enough to complete the process. Prove yourself good enough to become the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Prove yourself to live up to your potential. You know how sad it is? People always say the graveyard is where all of the untold stories are. You don't want your story to be untold. So whatever you want, go after it courageously and go after it fearlessly, because nobody's gonna, people gonna talk about you whether you live up to your full potential or whether you're just, a dud. Whether you ain't did nothing with your life, people are still gonna talk about you. Everybody is not gonna like you. And that's one thing that you got to understand, that everybody's not going to understand your movement. Everybody's not going to understand, who you are. Everybody's not going to understand your vision. And your vision is not for those who don't understand. Your vision is for those who connect with you. But if you don't get out here and live your vision, you're leaving those people that connect with you on the sideline. in the Most High, the Creator of all things, the Divine gave you that gift so you can help those people on the sideline. Now you didn't go through with you didn't go through with the plan. You veered off from your plan. You veered off from your purpose. You veered off from your greatness because of fear, because of laziness, because of doubt, because, self-sabotaging behavior, whatever, because you can't be disciplined, you can't be dedicated, you can't inspire yourself. Sometimes you got to inspire yourself. Nobody's going to be around to inspire you when you're trying to write the best book that you're trying to write. Nobody's going to be around you. Think about David. God had sent a messenger to, David's family, and the messenger was looking for a king. And the father of David had 7 sons, I believe. And the father, when the messenger came, I forgot, I think it was Samuel. Samuel came looking for, God told him to go find the king. He told him exactly where to go. So when he found the man, he said, "Do you have sons?" The man said, "Yes, I got 7 sons." He told him exactly what was going on, that the son was going to be a king, whatever. So he asked him to show him his sons. So the father ended up bringing every last one of the sons in front of this prophet. But the prophet said, "No, these are not it. All of these, he had 7 sons. 6 of those sons he chose before he chose David." And then when the prophet, he said, "None of these are it. Do you have another son?" He said, "Yes, I got a son out there working in the fields." He said, "Go get him." So when he went to go get him and the prophet seen him, he said, "You're it. You're the one." And that's what you got to understand. Sometimes you're not going to have popularity. Sometimes you're not going to have the help. Sometimes you're not even going to have the notification. Nobody's going to see what you're doing until you done got it up and running, until you done blew up, until you got followers or you accomplished your goal and they see that it's good. That's when they want to come. They don't want to come when you're building it up. But that doesn't mean that you stop writing the best book that you can possibly write. That's what it's about. Okay, so go after what you want fearlessly and courageously. What else? Overcome obstacles. Throughout life, obstacles are going to come your way. That's the whole thing about the story. That's how you inspire other people. When people see what you went through and you were still able to become the person that you are, you were still able to live up to your full potential, you were still able to accomplish your goals, you were still able to become successful, and they see all the obstacles that you went through by reading your book, then that's gonna inspire them to live up to their full potential, to become successful, to live in their purpose. So you got to overcome obstacles. That's the whole point. Who cares if it wasn't hard? I mean, anything worth having is not easy. The harder it is to obtain something, the more you value it, the more you care about it. Just like the basketball talk about the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, and the football talk about the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. The old heads say, "Oh man, y'all ain't hitting like we used to hit. Y'all ain't playing defense like we used to play defense. It's easy now. It's everything easy now." You know what I'm saying? So you don't want no one to discredit what you done did. So the obstacles is showing you how great you are. It's showing you that you can actually overcome anything. Of course, it's natural disasters. Of course, it's terminal illness that comes out of nowhere. But anything short of that, you can pretty much achieve anything that you want to do. And you can overcome anything that's thrown your way. Like they say, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You have the power invested in you. you got to understand that we are gods, right? We are a small piece of God. So we made this, we wanted it to be hard because we already, our soul already knows who we are. Our mind is the one that don't know who we are. Our soul already know who we are. Our soul already know we're, who we are. So the soul is chilling. We the ones freaking out because we don't know how powerful we are. We don't know that everything in this world is a reflection of us. Everything is a reflection of God. God created us. We are creators. So everyone has God within them, which means everyone has infinite power, endless abundance, endless ability to manifest anything you put your mind to. So, overcome obstacles, because that's what's going to make your story that much better. I remember the 2016 NBA Finals when LeBron James came back from 3-1. That was the best finals I ever seen in my life. I'm talking about I'm at the edge of my seat, like every game. So the winner of that finals, everyone knew that they earned that. Everyone knew that those was the real champions. And no one can ever take that back from you. And another thing, be true to who you are. Like I said, don't be trying to be around, don't be trying to be accepted in groups that you don't supposed to be in. Just because you don't want to be lonely, just because you want to be accepted, just because you want to be popular. Now you're being a Robin in somebody else's Batman book. You don't want to be a Robin in somebody else's Batman book. You want to be Batman in your own Batman book, right? So, not being true to yourself makes you pretty much change who you are to fit in with everyone else. But when you're true to yourself, you don't have to change who you are. People accept you for who you are. And that's everyone is different. Everyone was sent on this. Everyone has their own purpose. Everyone has their own mission to complete. So if you're trying to complete the same purpose that's not meant for you to complete because you're not being true to who you are, then your life is pretty much probably going to be miserable. And you always going to be wondering, like, why aren't things going right? Why can't I get it right? Because you're doing stuff that you don't supposed to be doing. You were meant to do this, but you're over here. That voice in your head is telling you, yo, quit this and go over here. But you don't want to do it because you're afraid. You're afraid. What else? Work for the good of society and humanity. Whatever your purpose is, 9 times out of 10, it's for the good of society and humanity. If you are not doing something for the good of society and humanity, 9 times out of 10, that's not your purpose. That's not your true purpose. That's your ego. That's your ego telling you, you need to do this, you need to do that to have this type of status, right? Hey, it is what it is. What else? Number five, find your purpose. Find your purpose. That's the major key in life. Everyone who finds their purpose at a young age or early age is very successful or have a great life. They're very happy regardless of what they're doing. They can be shoveling poop, but they say, this is my life purpose. I love shoveling poop. Shoveling poops give me the best feeling in the world. They found their life purpose. Find your life purpose. Who are you? What's your personality? What are you passionate about? What are your skills? What is your gifts? What is your talent? What comes natural to you? What do people around you say what are the things that people around you say that they like about you? What are your best qualities? And that's pretty much gonna be your purpose. Whatever you're passionate about is gonna align with your skills, your gifts, and your talent. And you're gonna use your skills, your gifts, and your talent to pursue your passion. And that's how you find your purpose. But, anyway, I came to y'all. I apologize for the interruption. Someone called my phone. I don't know who it was, but, it is what it is. But Thank y'all for watching another episode of Narrowminded. It's your boy Reggie with the light, where I give you inspiration, motivation, encouragement, empowerment, and healing. And I'm here to uplift you and give you a whole bunch of light. That's my purpose. And I'm happy for that. And I'm grateful that I found that. And I feel good about it. And I'm gonna get better. This is just the beginning. I'm still getting used to talking into a phone. Usually I talk to people and it makes the conversation better, but since no one's talking back, I gotta get used to this. I gotta bring out my personality more, and I'm gonna do that. But this is what I love to do. And I know I'm gonna get better because I'm gonna keep doing it. And I know this is my purpose because I done went through hell to get to this point, right? So for here on out, I'm going all out in order to write the best book my life can write. So my autobiography or the book about my life can be a bestseller, can be remembered, just like David and Goliath, just like Solomon, just like Jacob, just like Abraham, just like Moses. I'm trying to be remembered. So what about you? What type of book will your life write? But anyway, it's your boy Reggie with the light. Thank you for watching another episode of Narrow-Minded. I'm out.